Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Dead Space 2. As we enter the vacuum of space, if you look out this broken window, you can see this glowing shiny that you can kinesis grab. And it turns out to be a power node. Oh, hold on. That's a really pretty effect, the water pouring out of the pipe in 0G. So you'll notice we have a returning UI element at the back of Isaac's rig. That ticking timer indicates that we were running low on oxygen. But as the room seals, we're good again. That is just another example of how the UI designers wanted to create something diegetic, meaning that the characters in the world see what the player sees. And this big fella is a mini-boss known as the Tripod. He is kind of like an oversized leaper from Dead Space 1. The goal is really straightforward. We want to stasis him and then shoot his arms off. And I missed one really bad stasis shot out of the two that I have available. You don't really start off with that much available stasis. I guess it's their way of balancing the fact that you regenerate stasis slowly over time now. Yeah, and we weren't quite done with the Tripod.
Jesus, that thing was angry. Dana, I'm out of the hospital.
Okay, the tram station is just beyond the apartment block.
Hang on. I need more answers. How long have I been here?
3 years. Tideman found you floating in space near Aegis VII and brought you here for study.
Why can't I remember anything?
The marker you found imprinted your brain with a self-replicating signal. The longer you're awake, the more the signal spreads. It's killing you, Isaac. Tideman tried to keep it in check with memory suppressants.
You said you could fix it, right?
Only if you reach me in time. Tram station, get moving.
You can see a whole lot of disturbing stuff going on with this design. Also, that explains a lot about what happened at the end of Dead Space 1 and how we got to this point here on Titan Station. I'll get back to that in a minute. At the Visceral Games offices, they had a binder full of pictures of car crash victims. That is something the art designers responsible for creating the necromorphs turned to, those gruesome pictures, as a basis to depict the extent of the necromorph disfigurement. In Dead Space 2, the art director also turned to books on parasitic fungi. Every time I look at what was used as inspiration for the designs, I am so fascinated. You never hear stuff like that, like the thought to suss things that macabre out. Maybe that's why I find these necromorph designs so captivating. There's so much thought put into the form and the function of them. Like, how do we bend the anatomy to both tell the player what this enemy is going to be all about, but also to make sense for the specific mutation and to make it good and disturbing. They're like these grotesque aberrations of normal human anatomy. Like, the slashers are such good examples of that because their scythe arms are their bones erupting through the back of their skin to become huge weapons.
This is Sorensen from CET. Cut off their limbs. It's the only way they go down. It's their limbs. That's the secret. Comms are down. We can't get a broadcast out, so tell everyone you see.
Yeah, that's not actually true. You don't need to sever every limb. For most necromorphs, it's just usually two or three. Oh, I know they also had a butchered goat brought into their offices for their artists to use as reference for some of the viscera. And that goat is also some of the, you'll see like these flashing images of rotting meat flash up on screen during the insanity sequences. I think the goat was also used for filming. a lot more environmental graffiti in this one as well. Oh, hello. Anyone else coming? No. Okay, so we've heard a little bit about and from Tideman in logs, but that was our first good look at him. And here we come across our first locked door locked by a power node. So we can use one of those limited nodes to open this up, and usually the rewards are quite good. So it's worth keeping a power node on you. Let's take a look at that text log. Titan Station unemployment grew unexpectedly to 9.5%. Yeah, this is all in the aftermath of the Ishimura incident, the necromorph outbreak aboard that. Yeah, continue post heavy losses. So the planet cracking operations have kind of hit a downward spiral after everything that happened in orbit above Aegis VII. You know, a little bit of room to pick this schematic up. So we get a schematic to build power nodes. Power nodes in this game, they're a limited supply that you can find in the world, or you can build them for like 10,000 credits, I want to say. The soundscape of that one room is really, really good. I mean, I'm gonna say this a lot throughout this LP, and I said it a lot throughout Dead Space 1. Visceral is second to none with their sound design. There's a Gama Sutra interview with, what's the guy's name? Jay White, who is the lead sound designer on the game. And one of the things that he mentioned was he fills the audio landscape with the sounds of people, of human vocalization. Either in pain, whimpering, screaming, or just whispering. Oh, and this guy, this is Dan Emerson. That was Dan Emerson, a fan who won a contest to design a kill in this game. That kill is called the meat cello, which is what you do to leapers when they grab you and force you to mash out of it with a QTE.
Who are you?
It's the drugs, Isaac. They gave us drugs to make us forget. But it's all coming.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you calling me?
Isaac, look out!
Oh shit, he was actually warning me about the Leaper. And this is a terrible camera angle to show off the meat cello. Shit. Well, that's me being an idiot. And completely ignoring Strauss's warning. Damn, the NPC did right by me. Okay. Yeah. The audio layering is filled with human vocalizations. Oh shit! For reasons like that. Because the human ear is naturally drawn to those sounds. And it can be used to great effect to pull your attention certain ways. And sometimes that sets up an ambush. and sometimes it's very obvious like it was in the past couple of rooms. And other times, oh hey, this toilet's not clogged. I'm surprised by that. But sometimes it's much more subtle, and it still has the same great effect of pulling your attention where they want it to be. And it overall just adds to this disturbing atmosphere. Another spooky sound. An unbalanced washing machine. Oh! Did not realize that one was gonna still be moving. Is that a leaper that just came in? No, it's a puker. Hard to tell before I raise the plasma cutter, because that's my only real source of light. Your rig gives off a small amount of light. Fuck. Hey, another meat cello at least. You better look at that. This fight's getting a little nasty. Thought I could put my back to the corner and just guts it out. But I wound up getting my guts ripped out. Fuck. Uh-oh. Well, I think I can make this work. Whew! Having a rough go of it right now. It's fine. It's fine. We pull through. So we've come to in the middle of another necromorph infestation. Before it was aboard the Ishimura orbiting Aegis VII. I still love saying that. Aegis VII is such a good sci-fi planet name. And this time it is aboard Titan Station, also known as the Sprawl. Ooh, what we got here? In Spacefaring Guild history, Titan Station conquering a moon. Planet cracking first became feasible in decades following discovery of the United Field Theory. This is just a lot of kind of tech mumbo-jumbo about planet cracking and the process by which they do it. Saturn's moon... Yeah, okay, that's the important, relevant bit of information, is that Saturn was one of the first planets that they cracked. We got a bloody marker scrawled on the wall with some script.
There are necromorphs everywhere. Is the entire Sprawl infected? How'd this happen? The marker was destroyed, Dana. I destroyed it.
You destroyed a marker, Isaac. Tideman built another one.
On this station? Why?
It's powerful alien technology. Tideman wants that power. Get to the tram. It'll take you to the Cassini Tower's turn station.
Dana? Damn it.
So again, that explains a lot. There's another necromorph infestation because there's a new marker. Oh, that's a bad sound. Oh, God. That one cuts me. And then the sound of what you can only assume is the mother weeping. And they do it again. They use that to such great effect. And I don't think they do it a third time. anywhere in the near future. That's good too. I always love that. You only get a glimpse of it crawling away. I've been keeping an eye out for this poster, the Clogger, because there's a funny story behind this. The Clogger was an inside joke about someone at the Visceral Games office who would constantly clog their toilets up. I believe there is a power node or, yeah, a golden semiconductor over here. Something important. Gold semiconductors, we got one from beating the tripod. They're just fodder to sell at the store, but they're worth a lot of money. They're worth a couple thousand credits each, and we now have 2 of them. This room's really well lit. It's one of the big improvements they made for Dead Space 2 is the lighting, the atmospheric lighting. Ooh, that sound! Immediately makes the hair on the back of your neck bristle if you play Dead Space 1. Even if you didn't, it's not a good noise to hear. We get some returning friends from DS1. The Exploders. Same gimmick as before. Glowing bulb on the arm. If you hit it, if you hit the sack, it will explode. You can also sever the arm off and then grab the explosive sack to launch as a projectile. I really like that effect, especially right towards the end with the train. I think that looks great. And that, of course, was Isaac's former girlfriend, Nicole, who was stationed aboard the Ishimura, committed suicide to avoid turning into a necromorph in Dead Space 1. There we go. Want to make sure that guy got frozen, because this is once again another returning enemy from Dead Space 1. That is an Infector. We kind of got a cameo of that enemy type earlier on when all of the civilians were fleeing. The Infectors will run up to corpses in the environment and reanimate them as slashers, which is why you'll very frequently see me going around stomping corpses, because aside from giving you a couple of items to work with, that will also stop Infectors from reanimating the dead. And we get a stasis pack schematic. Oh, I'm so full up on med packs right now. It's important to note, if you only stop the legs off of corpses, the Infector will still reanimate them as slashers. They'll just be legless. You have to stomp all the limbs off in order to stop Infectors from bringing them back. Okay. Wasn't sure about that one. Hey, who's ready for another hacking minigame? I don't hate this. It just seems kind of unnecessary. It's inoffensive though, so there's that. There you are. That is one of the more obvious ambushes. Oh, shit. Reacted to that really late. And I'm not getting the head. You can see the thing that makes pukers so dangerous right there. Their acidic spit doesn't actually do all that much damage, but it does slow Isaac down a whole bunch. So pukers synergize really well with other enemy types, like slashers, which you could normally outrun to some degree, but not if you're covered in puke. This is kind of neat. This is how we do zero gravity now. This isn't a zero gravity section. Also, watch out for those doors flying off the hinges. They will hit you and hurt you really bad. But we do zero G now, kind of like that, with gravity thrusters on Isaac's boots. This whole tram section, I like it a lot. It's claustrophobic. You get hit from both sides. You get a bunch of stuff coming in. You get the introduction of the gravity boosters. The thrusters. And then it's just a nice set piece moment. Then you get this is the big climax to the set piece. And finally, dangling upside down. Unlike when you do this kind of section in Dead Space 1 when you're held upside down by the hive mind, your controls don't invert here, so it's a lot easier to control. I love upside down segments in shooters like this. Again, thinking specifically of Dead Space 1 and that one part in The Last of Us. I think it's right before you meet Bill when you're snared. So fun. I'm letting him get a little bit close. I missed a crucial shot there. Okay, that worked out for the best. And the return of the brute as well. A kind of weak brute because we're in a compromised position, but still. It's not the last one we're gonna see. God, Dead Space 2 is so fucking good.
Dana, I need a new route.
What happened? I thought we lost you.
Unscheduled stop. Where am I?
How did you end up there? Hang on. This won't be the most pleasant route, but it'll get you to the Cassini Towers residential sector. Damn it! Tideman has your signal again. Keep moving.
Okay.
You're very important to them, Isaac. Hold tight. I'll contact you soon.
And maybe Isaac's important to them because the marker imprinted that self-replicating signal in his brain. Just a thought. Anyway, we need to take Dana's new, more unpleasant route. Not that the route that we just came out of was particularly pleasant itself. Wish I could find... well, that's... I guess that's gonna do it. I was hoping to find a store or a bench around here. Let me go one room further and see if I can find one. Effect. They tease the necromorphs so much. Really find it helps to keep you off balance. Pretty sure you're alive. Oh no. Oh, you were though. Yeah, it keeps you a little bit off kilter. Anyway, that's gonna do it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one. Also, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel keep growing, and I really like talking to all of you guys in the comments. I have a really nice community, so not a chore at all. Anyway, take it easy, everyone.